Hi everybody, this is Dr. Nigro with another Chem calculations video. This one is going to deal with molecular formulas. Earlier I did a video about empirical formulas, so if you've not watched that one or are having trouble with the calculation of empirical formulas, please go review that video because you have to be able to calculate empirical formulas before you can do the molecular formula. All right, the molecular formula is basically how that particular molecule appears in nature. All right, because in nature, molecules are pretty complicated. All right, there are some simple molecules out there. H2O is a great idea, or a great example rather, but most are pretty complicated. All right, this molecular formula is a whole number multiple of the empirical formula. All right, so it's vital that you have the empirical formula before you can determine the molecular formula. All right, so for example, we looked at glucose last time and we saw its empirical formula is CH2O. All right, if we were to multiply that empirical formula by some whole number factor, which I represent with the letter F, all right, then that's going to give us a whole number multiple of that empirical formula, which would be our molecular formula. All right, to calculate this factor, we need the molar mass of that molecular formula, and we need to divide it by the molar mass of the empirical formula. All right, now this molar mass of the molecular formula is usually given in some way in the problem. All right, it's either given outright or you have to do a small calculation to reach it, but usually it's given in some form. The molar mass of the empirical formula you usually need to calculate, which means that you need to know what that empirical formula is. So if you're given information about the compound, such as its percent composition or grams of each element, you're going to have to find that empirical formula first, find its molar mass, and then determine the whole number factor. Okay? All right, so let's look at our first problem. All right, we have a hydrocarbon that has an empirical formula of CH. If the molar mass of the compound is 78.12 grams per mole, what is the molecular formula? All right, so in this case, we know that the empirical formula is CH. We're going to need to multiply that by some whole number to reach that molecular formula. All right, so remember that whole number factor is equal to the molar mass of the molecular formula divided by the molar mass of the empirical formula. Well, if we look at the problem, they gave us the molar mass of the molecular formula, 78.12 grams per mole. So we need to calculate the molar mass in the empirical formula. And since we know the molar mass, the formula is CH, we just need to calculate that molar mass by taking 12.01 grams per mole for the carbon and then adding in one hydrogen at 1.01 grams per mole. So the molar mass of the empirical formula is going to be 13.01 grams per mole. So we divide 78.12 by 13.02 grams per mole, and we find that we have a whole number factor of 6. So we're going to need to multiply our empirical formula by 6, and we're going to get, whoops, sorry about that, not a big 6, but we're going to get C6H6. So our molecular formula is C6H6. Okay? That one's pretty simple. They can be a little bit more complicated. So if we look at number 4, this says, what is the molecular formula of a compound with a percent composition of 49.47% carbon, 5.201% hydrogen, 28.84% nitrogen, and 16.48% oxygen? And the molecular mass is 194.2 grams per mole. So this given value is your molar mass of your molecular formula. All right. So we have some compound that contains carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen, but we do not know its empirical formula. So your first step is going to be to determine that empirical formula. So remember, the rhyme is percent to mass, mass to moles, divide by smallest, multiply until whole. So we're going to assume that we have 100 grams of this compound, which means that we have 49.47 grams of carbon. We're going to have 5.201 grams of hydrogen, 28.84 grams of nitrogen, and then 16.48 grams of oxygen. So there's our percent to mass. Now it's mass to moles. So we need to take the molar mass of each of these. So 1 mole of carbon is 12.01 grams. And we determine that we have 4.1191 moles of carbon. All right, remember what I said about carrying digits for these problems. It's really important that you carry several digits when you do your mole calculation. All right, for hydrogen, we have 1 mole of hydrogen, and we have a molar mass of 1.01 grams. Right, we do that division, so 5.1500 moles of hydrogen. Same thing for nitrogen. 1 mole of nitrogen has a molar mass of 14.01 grams. And that division gives us 2.0585 moles of nitrogen. And then last, oxygen. 1 mole of oxygen is 16 grams. All right, that's going to give us a molar value of 1.030 moles of oxygen. So there's our mass to moles. Now we divide by smallest, so that's going to be oxygen's value down here, 1.30. So we're going to get a 1 for oxygen. We divide nitrogen by 1.030, and we get a 2. We divide hydrogen's value by 1.030, and we get a 5. And then we divide carbon, 1.030, and we get a 4. All right, so we have whole numbers for everything, which is great. So our empirical formula is going to be C4H5N2O. And we're going to multiply this by some whole number factor, and that's going to give us the molecular formula. All right, so that factor, as we said earlier, is equal to the molar mass of the molecular formula divided by the molar mass of the empirical formula. All right, well, we've been given the molar mass of the molecule at 194.2 grams per mole. All right, off to the side, I'm going to do a calculation. I'm going to calculate the molar mass of my empirical formula. So I'll take 4 carbons plus 5 hydrogens plus 2 nitrogens plus an oxygen. I add all that up, and I get a molar mass of 97.11 grams per mole. So when I do this division, I get a whole number of 2. So that means I need to multiply all of my subscripts in my empirical formula by 2. So I get C8H10N4O2. And that is my molecular formula for this compound. Okay? All right, last problem is down below. All right, this one reads, nicotine, an alkaloid in the nightshade family of plants that is mainly responsible for the addictive nature of cigarettes, contains 74.02 grams of carbon, 8.71% hydrogen, 17.27% nitrogen. If 40.57 grams of nicotine contains 0.25 moles of nicotine, what is the molecular formula? All right, so again, we're looking for that molecular formula, which means we need the empirical. We don't have that, so that's going to be my first step. I'm going to use my percentage values and calculate that empirical formula. So I'm going to follow the same steps I did before, percent to mass. So 74.02 grams of carbon, 8.710 grams of hydrogen, and 17.27 grams of nitrogen. I'm going to do mass to moles with molar mass. So 1 mole of carbon is 12.01 grams. That's going to give me a value of 6.1632 moles of carbon. All right. For hydrogen, 1 mole of hydrogen has a mass of 1.01 grams. So I'm going to get a value of 8.6238 moles of hydrogen. And then for nitrogen, 1 mole of nitrogen has a molar mass of 14.01 grams. All right, that gives me a value of 1.2327. All right, so I look, I'm going to divide by my smallest. The smallest here is 1.2327. That's going to give me a 1. 1.2327 for hydrogen. It's going to give me a 7. And then divide by 1.2327 with my carbon. It's going to give me a 5. So luckily, all these are whole numbers. So my empirical formula is going to be C5H7N. All right, now, as we've said before, we have some whole number factor that's going to get us to our molecular formula. All right, now I can determine the molar mass of this empirical formula. If I do that off to the side, I'm going to see that it's 81.13 grams per mole. And normally the problem gives you the molar mass of the empirical formula, or sorry, molecular formula in some way. This time, what it's given us is grams and moles of that molecule. All right, so we need to remember that molar mass has a unit of grams divided by moles. So in this case, to find that molar mass, I'm going to take the gram value, 40.57 grams, and I'm going to divide that by the mole value. And that's going to give me my unit of grams per mole. So if I do that division, I find that my molar mass of my molecule is not 112, sorry, 162.28 grams per mole. So that makes my factor 162.28 divided by 81.13, which equals 2. So I'm going to multiply all my subscripts by 2, giving me C10, H14, and 2. And there is my molecular formula. Okay, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.